Tell me, do we have time for another number?
Oh, I think so, Jimmy. What tone do you have in mind?
Welcome, listeners, to another episode of Drinking Matters. This is Brian, and with me I have two very, very special guests with me today. Two boys from the group of gamers that I game with on a nightly basis. Matt and Alex, thank you so much for joining me, guys. Thank you.
Hey, man, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going, man?
That's so monotone, Alex. I expect that more
I'm sorry,
hype.
you started out by calling us boys.
Men. Do you want men instead?
Yeah,
Two men?
we're nearly 30, so yeah.
The two men. The two men from the main group of gamers.
Gamer girls.
I prefer gamer girls, to be honest. That
we
way
get
I
this-
can properly market my bathwater.
Yeah, of course, and that way you can plug that in at the end of the episode as well. So just keep that in mind. No, but seriously, thank you guys for joining me on this episode. What are we drinking tonight, boys? Or men?
What is this? Captain Morgan and Pepsi.
Captain Morgan and Pepsi. All right.
I didn't have anything to mix this tequila with,
Uh-huh.
so I got a jar of mango pre-workout
Okay.
out of the cupboard
With tequila in it.
with tequila. So this podcast is about to get lit.
You're going to get progressively louder. And you know what? I'm going to appreciate that. Just make sure that you don't blow the audio levels. Not with your freaking keyboard, Alex. I meant with your voice. Be progressively louder with your voice. But for this episode, I pulled out a bottle of whiskey that I actually got from South Dakota. So for you guys, I'm going to get some American whiskey on with you guys and drink up. So before we start the episode, cheers to you guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
Take a drink. All right. So, let's get this episode moving. Reason I brought you two over to this podcast was because I want to talk about streamers and content creators. As two people that are involved in creating content, and Alex streaming on a weekend basis, I want to get your thoughts about these two subjects, and if there's a difference between them, the work rate between streamers and content creators. I'll go ahead and start with this question. Is there a difference between streamers and content creators? And by content creators, I mean like YouTubers. Anyone want to start?
Yeah. I'd say it's like all streamers are content creators. Like it's an umbrella.
Uh-huh.
They're under the umbrella of content creator, but you wouldn't consider like a YouTube and a streamer. They're both content creators, but for some reason, I guess on YouTube they all call themselves that. But they produce different content. But yeah, I'd say there is a difference, but they're kind of under the same umbrella.
Okay, so one of the reasons as to why I kind of thought about this was because, yeah, you are right, and I think Matt actually posed this question before as well. I mean, they're kind of the same thing, but there was a recent video that was posted by Markiplier that he brought on. It was Markiplier, his two friends, and then he brought in Pokimane, Twitch streamer, if you guys don't know. Listeners, if you guys don't know, Pokimane is a Twitch streamer. And for about maybe a good 20 minutes of that episode, they were playing Uno, but for about 20 minutes, they kept joking about this thing where like, oh yeah, no, this is a YouTube thing. This is like what we usually do. We can go ahead and edit out and make things funny and whatnot. And Pokimane was kind of just following along with it and saying like, oh, well, I don't know how to act like a YouTuber because all I do is stream. And then Markiplier, who doesn't really necessarily stream on a daily basis, kind of like joked about it and said like, no, you can fix that in post-editing and stuff like that. So there's like a separation that they like to put up there. Even, popular YouTubers like PewDiePie, who streams on a different platform that isn't Twitch, you can tell that there's a behavioral change, On YouTube, he jokes around, and what makes him funny primarily are the edits that happen. But when you see him live stream, it's a completely different story. He seems more human than anything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I'm asking, like, is there really a difference? Even though they both create content, the term content creator is different, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely. Like, you'd be surprised how much a good edit can add to a video.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have a YouTuber that can actually plan out what they're going to do, and if they do make a mistake, they stumble on some words, they could just do a quick retake.
Uh-huh.
Where like streamers, they put in, like pro streamers, dudes that do it, gamer girls that do it 8 to 10 hours a day, they're live that almost entire time and on camera. Like if they fudge up, I mean, you mentioned PewDiePie with the bridge incident, like it happens,
Oh, that infamous
and it's
incident.
on video.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just interesting to see that the kind of people that are drawn to streaming also don't really translate over to YouTube very well.
It's a different work rate. So it's not just the whole editing aspect of it. It's like I think you mentioned it. It's the whole like what can you say and what can you do when you're live on camera compared to what you can say and do when you know that you can just edit certain portions out of it. If the listeners don't know what we're talking about, there was an incident with a popular YouTuber, PewDiePie. I mean, everyone's heard of them. But there was an incident like what, maybe 2 years back, when he was playing a game with one of his former editors, and he was playing a popular battle royale called PUBG, and basically said the N-word on stream, got friggin' bombarded with just negative press for months, and he had a week break or something like that to reflect on it, and then came out with an apology video and all this other stuff. But yeah, no, there is a different work rate. You have to act like a different person when you're live on camera compared to when you record something. It's all, there's no second take when you're recording or when you're live streaming. I mean, let's put it this way. When you live stream, Alex, do you feel like you have to have a different face when you're doing that compared to doing something when you can like easily just take pieces of a video and put it together and put a video out there?
Not really. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. There are things that I do. Like I try to be conscious. Like since I'm on camera, I try to be conscious of my surroundings, what's around me, and anything that does happen on the stream. Even though there's probably just two people watching, and both of them are me. But I mean, yeah, I do put on a little bit of an act. We're here to put on a show, right? Like that's the whole point of streaming is it's kind of entertainment, or you do it because you want to. But yeah, I would say a
Okay.
little bit of a face.
And Matt, you don't stream at all, but you do put edits on a video. You're learning. You're still learning about how to like edit and put videos together, right?
Yeah, and I'd say that the whole I'm actually like I don't like to stream. I don't like it's just something that it feels weird. You do I feel like you do have to put on a face. You do have to put on an act, and you have to. I mean, even though like Alex said, one or two people watching you, but at one time I did stream an old game, and I actually got like 5 viewers. I was streaming Metal Gear Solid, and the amount of conversation you have on a personal level with like two or three guys, it's kind of weird because you feel that you have to engage with them, but at the same time play the game. So it's pretty difficult. It's like trying to
It's like multitasking essentially.
right.
You have to
You're trying to play the game, be good at the game, and entertain, or at least engage with the chat. And if you're not, it can be kind of dull. It can be kind of awkward. And that's why I just like the whole recording factor. Oh, mess up, bad take, throw it away. Post edit, get rid of that. So much, you can make yourself look way better, way cooler post edit than you can live. And it's trying to do the balance is just different.
It is different because I mean I don't stream as much as Alex does, but it is kind of funny that you didn't mention it. It's like you have to focus on maybe 2 or 3 different things. I think you mentioned 2, where it's like you try to be decently good at the game, and then you try to engage with chat if you have people on there, because you have some people. I recently had like maybe a stream where I had like 4 viewers, and one of them was like on it. And if he's mentioning, or if he's listening to the podcast, as Boobly or something like that. His name is like a long one, but thank you for watching on that stream, by the way, if you're listening. But he was the one that was engaging and hyping up the chat, and I was playing Doom Eternal, and it is kind of a difficult thing to do where you're trying to be good because you're trying to provide good content for the viewers on stream, but at the same time engaging and looking at the chat. You run a dual monitor setup, Alex, or do you do a single one?
I've definitely got 2 monitors.
So you're able to do the game on one, and then chat or Steam Labs on the other, correct?
Exactly.
Yeah.
If there was anybody in the chat.
So do you find it difficult when you actually have to perform and put on a show for the game, and then like I don't know, let's say that I pop on chat and I start saying, "Hey Alex, do this, do that." Do you find it difficult to transition between the two?
No, as long as I know that person's there. I have a bad habit of forgetting that I'm streaming.
Uh huh.
So I forget to actually take a look over at my other screen, and then I'll look, and there'll be a couple people saying, "Hey, what's up? Good play, good kill," and I'll be like, "Oh, that was 15 minutes ago."
Oh yeah, and I mean, there's a delay in the whole chat and what you're actually seeing and whatnot, right?
True, but like once I know that somebody's in there, like if one of you guys pops in and says, "Hi, what's up?" I make an effort to actively engage while I'm playing the game, and I actually like make an effort to do a little bit better.
And
Actually, makes me want to try.
do you actually agree with this whole kind of concept of like streaming? Like, do you agree that putting in edits is a lot more easier than actually streaming when doing something like this?
I think it's a different challenge creatively. I think a good edit is harder, um, but I think I have a lot of respect for streamers that can both be good and like be engaged in their game
Uh huh.
and be interactive with their community at the same time.
Okay.
Like it's really hard for a really big streamer to do that, but like the people that got like 15, 20, like 100 something viewers that are like constantly in their chat and then constantly reading donos or whatever, but
Hmm.
still kicking ass, like
Hmm.
those guys get my sub every time.
Gotcha. So, question for the both of you guys, because I'm gonna label you guys this way. So, Alex, you're mainly a streamer rather than someone that puts on YouTube, correct? Would you say that, or would you say that you're evenly balanced?
Yeah, I'd say probably I stream more often and just take clips from Twitch and make them into little videos when I feel
Okay.
like it.
So, okay, and then Matt, you primarily just try to edit, and this is mainly for fun, correct?
Yeah, mainly edit, mainly fun.
So, who would you consider your guys' influences when it comes to this sort of stuff? And we'll start with Alex. Like influence,
Oh,
who's influenced you in your streaming antics and your editing ways?
I mean, this is gonna be pretty obvious, but the two-time, the
the
doc,
two, the back-to-back
in
champ of
19,
1993.
yeah, yeah. I mean, he was that was honestly the first guy that I really watched on Twitch.
Hmm.
Um, I stumbled across a YouTube video and I was like, wow, this guy's a little eccentric, and I dig the music going on. And I found him on Twitch, and turns out kind of fell in love with him right then and there. I don't try to rip off his stuff, but I mean, he does a good job. I
But
like his style.
there is a clear influence. There's a clear influence,
Oh, 100%.
mainly in your editing videos, from what I've seen, with the whole staticky effect that you give the videos, and then the transitions from one scene to another. I can tell there's a difference there. Like there's an influence there. I mean, is what I meant to say. That there's an influence. Is there anybody else that maybe are you influenced by, or it's just mainly that person?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that anyone else has really influenced me. Um, if you want to just talk about basic styling and stuff like that, yeah, I'd say it's probably just the doc, um, and I'd say that's it. Yeah.
Gotcha. What about you, Matt?
For me, it'd probably be PewDiePie. I don't know. I watched him way back when he started to do Let's Plays and kind of took kind of takes from that. Kind of jokes. I'm sorry. Um, just kind of those hyper edits, those quick, just funny moments, just stuff like that. I
So,
do also draw from like, some of these newer people like Anthony Pitt who do like these hyper edits, montages, and stuff like that.
mhm.
Um, but that those are my main influences, I guess.
Gotcha. Now, before we move on to the topic of the different platforms that have existed, because I mean, within the last 5-ish years, we've had primarily the big platforms. If you're gonna name them, are gonna be YouTube and Twitch. There's been other platforms out there, but I do want to ask you guys, with technology being so accessible, I mean, look at the stuff that's in front of you right now. At this point, it's 10 years ago, we wouldn't have thought to have what we have now in terms of the accessibility can do the accessibility of the computer hardware that we have to make the things that we're doing now. Do you feel like now more than ever it's easier for people to get into this kind of there's a word I'm looking for and I can't think about it.
Industry.
Industry. Thank you. Yes.
Like
Yeah,
as a content
definitely.
Sorry.
Um, yeah, I mean to stream on Twitch, you just need to create an account and you know hook up a computer that can basically handle most things. I mean, you could do it from your phone, you could do it right from your Xbox. I mean, that's what me, Matt, you all started doing
Hmm.
to begin with, really. Same thing with YouTube, Facebook, all these other accounts. It's a really low barrier to entry. It's just create an account and click stream. You know, it's funny. It's funny that you ask about that, and then you didn't actually mention Mixer, which, in my personal experience, has the highest barrier of entry. When I created my account, it's you had to create the account, verify your email, all the usual stuff, but then they put you on like a manual approval list that took about 48, 72 hours. And that before you could do anything, they had to double check all your info, whereas everyone else is just like, yeah, come on board, show us what you got. So I just think that's a little strange.
That it's a higher level of entry, essentially.
Yeah, and they need as many people as they can get.
So this stuff didn't exist. The level of entries maybe a couple years back, correct? Because I wasn't aware of this. I've made a Mixer account, but I made a Mixer account years back. So at this point, it's like I don't even remember the process that I went through. But I didn't know that you had to wait a 48-hour process to even start streaming on there.
Yeah, exactly. And I did this maybe 4 months ago when I bought my PC.
Uh huh.
I went on and created an account because I wanted to stream on the computer, see what it was like, and
Okay.
yeah, it kind of
Oh,
sucked.
and then I know Matt was actually editing and doing stuff way before I even got into doing any of this. But would you say that for you it was easier to get into it, or I mean, did you kind of slowly start building upon what you already had and then just do it out of fun?
When I started doing it, I took time to like acquire things,
Uh-huh.
like, get a decent PC, find a way. So many like hurdles, at least for me, I'm a perfectionist, so like I want to do something pretty good. So at least like for the content that I put out, it took me a while. It took a lot of hurdles and a lot of tutorials. But as far as like just getting out there now, like but your basic you can go live from your smartphone. So many people, you know, let's chat, vlogs, art. There's so many different like people producing content on YouTube or Twitch, and you can easily just go live from your smartphone. So
And then just make the content super easy. I mean, most people would say that. Like, I'll even put it this way: what kind of smartphones do you guys have?
just a G6 LG.
An
You
LG.
trying to size me up, Brian?
No one's trying to size you up, bro.
Well, I already got Matt taking digs at me over here about editing videos on my Surface Pro 3.
Is that where you actually edit your videos?
I used to. I think I did like the first, I think up until like Blackout. No, well, I mean, up until my videos from 4 months ago, they were all done on a Surface, dude.
I mean, but you couldn't even tell the difference at this point. And
Ouch.
Hey,
I mean, like,
wow.
what do you mean? No, like I mean, like you couldn't tell the difference in quality because if someone puts in the work to actually make the video look good, you can't tell. And honestly, I think that's kind of the fear that most people have nowadays to even try to do something. Because you log on to social media and you have like different people and friends and that constantly say like, oh yeah, if I had the tools to do this, I would totally start a YouTube channel. If I had the tools to do this, yeah, I totally stream whatever. And people, I feel, get so discouraged that they need the right tools to do something. I was one of those people. I felt like I needed the $500 camera to like a DSLR to connect to actually have really good quality video. I felt like I needed the $200 spotlights to make the lighting work on Twitch. Uh, $2,000 computer to edit, and I feel like that's what most people are trying to aim for, and they're so scared to try to jump aboard that. And then you come over here and say like, no, yeah, I was editing videos on my Surface Pro 3.
Listen, I'm not going to say it was easy.
It wasn't, but I mean, you got it done, right?
After months.
Yeah. You mean you made one video every couple of weeks, but at least you got it done. And I feel like people need to understand that there's a process that goes with it. If you might not have the tools, it might take you longer than most others, but who cares? If you make good content that people want to listen to, then the audience will be there. It may not be consistent, but at least you'll have that. And then from there, you can slowly start building up and creating the things that you want to do. But back to a topic that I was actually going to bring up was, you have the different platforms. And I think, Alex, you mentioned it, the whole Mixer thing. You have different platforms that most people can try to jump on. Popular ones, YouTube, Twitch, Mixer. YouTube has YouTube Gaming now, which allows you to stream. And then Facebook actually has Facebook Gaming now, which allows you to stream live. It basically works like Twitch. With all those platforms in existence, do you feel like there's a competition amongst all of them to try to one up each other? Or do you feel like that's kind of died down and each one specializes in something different?
I don't think they specialize in anything.
Explain.
What is the difference
Well,
besides the URL?
Okay. The reason I say that there might be a difference is because when we look at Twitch, Twitch primarily has, I mean, Twitch is known for gaming and gaming tournaments, right? But then there's also this subsection of people that just do chatting or mukbangs or, vlogs, but live vlogs and stuff like that. Mixer has always had this kind of mentality where, yeah, they might just have the just chatting subsection, but they want to be known as the gaming central streaming service because they just bought off Ninja for millions and millions of dollars, and that's their poster boy right there. No, Shroud now. Shroud was the most recent one. I forgot that he went over there. And then YouTube has been in competitions with Twitch for the longest time. They bought someone, or they bought a company.
They bought Courage.
Was it Courage?
Yeah, he's exclusively on YouTube now.
Wasn't there a company that they bought off to stream a tournament or something like that that it's exclusive to YouTube streaming? I feel like they did, but I cannot remember. And then Facebook also has that, and I don't know. Do you guys use Facebook at all, or are you guys just using Messenger?
Mainly Messenger, yeah.
Mainly Messenger, okay. So for me, at least, because I still actively use my Facebook, every now and then I will see a pop-up for someone that's streaming a popular game. Because I like the Call of Duty page, I'll stream a couple posts down, and then all of a sudden, oh, this person's live streaming Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And it'll show me, and the person has like 500 views. But I'm assuming it counts the views like mine, where I'm just scrolling through, and that automatically clicks as a ding right there. So I feel like there is a difference, but it's very minor, and they're all trying to one up. I mean, do you guys have any form of like anything to put into that, or is it just kind of like no, they're all still the same?
I feel like they used to be different. Obviously, I don't think YouTube had a streaming platform. It was just broadcast yourself, right? And then Twitch came along, and it was more of live gaming, and they all kind of devolved into kind of the same like streaming. I think at one point Twitch even had like a upload a video to Twitch, and it was like you can upload an edited video, but
it was like partnered, right? Because I think Xbox had that feature where it was you can upload a video directly to YouTube and then from YouTube directly to Twitch or something like that.
Something like that. But
yeah.
Now they're all like Alex said, they're kind of all the same.
They all want to compete for your money and your views, essentially.
Right.
Amongst
what? Can I interject?
Go for it.
I wanna retract my previous statement a little bit.
Which statement?
That they're all the same, because I was thinking about that. It was before you actually opened your mouth. I was thinking about that in a very one-sided way.
Okay.
So let me clarify then. They're all basically the same in terms of presentation. Okay. If none of them has a feature that really the other doesn't.
Okay.
Like Mixer for a time had the co-streaming thing, which was pretty cool, but like there wasn't really enough people to utilize it. But Twitch does the same exact thing now.
Okay.
So what I will say is different between them, and now that you mention it, whenever I have been scrolling through Facebook, like you said, a gamer will pop up streaming whatever. YouTube gaming seems very focused on gaming. Same thing with Facebook. Seems like it's focused on Facebook. Mixer, they're trying, but they still have streamers. I feel like Twitch is, though it started out as a gaming platform. I mean, that's what it was created to do. I think that is very much evolved into the streaming platform.
Twitch,
if you
specifically.
Want to stream. Yeah, Twitch is where you want to go to stream whatever it is you do. If you want to put on a live show for people, go to Twitch. Because of all the hundreds of different categories they have that are outside of gaming.
Okay. And
I don't think YouTube and Facebook, and I mean Mixer probably has them, but not as popular as they are.
Okay.
But yeah.
So it's an interesting point that you bring up, because the last episode I was talking about streaming services, primarily like Netflix and Hulu, and how they try to compete for your credit card essentially. But when I look at things like YouTube and Twitch, those are two platforms that I use right there on the daily basis. I watch YouTube videos because I still like to watch things like PewDiePie and who else do I even watch? Or Super Mega, the Game Grumps, things like that. Like I'll watch them, or Bon Appetit, like different things, just because there's a wide variety of topics that I could be watching on YouTube. And then Twitch, if I see someone that I really like Doctor Disrespect, or a couple Funhouse members that left, like Bruce Green or Sir Lawrence, and I want to support them, I'll log into there, and it's different because Twitch is live compared to YouTube, which is uploaded, and I can go ahead and save, and probably watch it 4 or 5 hours down the line. Um, there was a point I was going to make, and I completely lost it, but crap, I forgot the point.
We'll just fix that in post, dude. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, fix it in post, right? That's exactly how a podcast works. It's fix it in post. But, they do kind of feel the same in a sense, but completely different, because they're both trying to compete with different things, even though YouTube might have the whole live thing. Which of these platforms has the best interface? That's something that I feel like has been a big topic over the last year, because we look at things like Twitch. And do you still stream on Xbox, or do you mainly stream on your PC?
I mean, I don't play Xbox.
Who, me?
I mean, you when you record stuff, you record it off your computer, right, Matt? It's just using OBS and recording it there, right?
Yeah, but it's Xbox gameplay. But
so it's Xbox gameplay. But then when you actually live stream, Alex, you're using Streamlabs, correct? Which then just directly does all the work for you on Twitch, correct?
Yeah, whatever. I'm streaming from my PC, but oftentimes I'll, when we're playing Siege with the boys, I'll be streaming straight from the Xbox because I don't have a capture card.
Now, Twitch has been all around way longer than Mixer. Mixer is the competition. Would you say that Mixer is kind of like the big competitor for Twitch, the one that's trying to one up it more than something like YouTube Gaming? Would we agree on that, or are we gonna argue and say no? No.
I mean, trying, sure,
but it's nowhere near the competition. It can try, but I mean, it's nowhere near that competition.
I'd say if you went apples to apples, yeah, Mixer's probably the direct competitor, but I think YouTube and Facebook are doing a better job.
Okay. So when you look at the interfaces between Twitch and Mixer, when I log into Twitch and I'm trying to look for someone to watch, I feel like Twitch can take you directly into that streamer without any issues. It doesn't try to like list everything and try to make it seem like, oh yeah, if you want to donate to the streamer, use this or use that or pay for this or pay for that. Whereas Mixer, at least in my experience with Mixer, they try to recommend streamers that share similar topics but not really. And then there's like 4 or 5 different ways that you can donate to them. Is that just me, or do you guys notice it as well?
I think it's the same. I mean, on all these platforms, I think they have the same general ways of monetization. You can sub, you can donate, or you can buy their currency. Like Twitch has bits, Mixer is like Embers or something. I'm sure they're all the same, just with a different name on every other platform. But yeah, no, I think you're right. I think Mixer tries to push the monetization a little bit harder. It's a little more in your face, rather than Twitch, where you can go all day and the only time you'll hear sub or whatever is when the streamer mentions it.
Wait, you feel like Twitch actually pushes monetization?
No, the opposite.
Mixer pushes monetization.
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm like Twitch is never really, because when I log into Twitch, I'm not necessarily forced to sub. There's going to be another foreshadowing. But I'm not forced to sub because I look at the, when I'm looking at the streamer. Okay, I'll put it this way: Dr. Disrespect compared to big streamer that I donate a sub to using my Amazon Prime, Critical, Charlie, Penguin06. Yeah, I've shared the video. I've shared his videos on the group chat. You guys have seen him. But when I log into Dr. Disrespect's chat or videos, automatically puts me into an ad, and he has different ad breaks every now and then, because he has that viewership. But never once am I really forced to sub. I feel like I can just watch his content, deal with the ads. I might not be able to talk in chat, but fuck it, what am I gonna do? Talk on chat and be one of 20,000 people watching? It's not gonna read my chat, so it doesn't matter. I don't feel like I have to sub, and I don't feel like I have to donate. Compared to someone like Charlie, who I can watch, and if I have the Amazon Prime, sure, give it his way because I can, because it's a free sub, and why not? I'll give it to him. Mixer, on the other hand, Mixer has the sub, they have the embers, and then they have like some sort of cheering program similar to Twitch, but it's more like in your face. Cause did you guys watch Shroud when he went there the first week?
No, but I
No.
did watch
Not for more
Ninja
Okay, so you watched
when he
Ninja,
was first on there.
and then Alex,
Yeah.
did you watch him or no?
Yeah, not for more than a few minutes at a time.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
same.
I don't. Matt, did Ninja have the free sub when he first joined or no?
Oh yeah, that was like immediately like plastered all over. Like when as soon as he went live,
Uh-huh.
it was like, oh, like you can sub for free, and I was, yeah, it was just all over, just everywhere.
It was the thing, right? And then same thing with
Yeah.
Shroud. Shroud was, he was the big guy that came into Mixer. And Alex, you can say this as well, right? That they've completely advertised the whole, like, you get a free month sub if you watch Shroud the first 30 minutes or something like that, right?
Oh, you didn't even have to watch them 30 minutes. You could sub immediately.
Which kind of doesn't make sense because what is Mixer going to pay? Excuse me, Microsoft. Are they going to pay him twice for being there? Because a sub is what, $5 on Mixer?
I'm sure he got paid for all the subs.
So he got paid to be exclusive to the platform, plus more for every sub that was given to him for free.
Probably.
That's such a bizarre thing. But it does feel kind of forced that, oh, well, when you're watching these people, donate. Give them money. Because remember, they're not doing this for free. It's an entertainment factor. It's an entertainment thing.
It's like a 30-day free trial.
Exactly.
You
But
could be
you
part of the sub community.
But you don't lose anything if you don't sub.
You
know?
lose the ability to sometimes chat with people. Like, for example, Doc, he's got a subscribers only chat. A lot of the big streamers that, on the regular get 20,000 viewers, they have a subs only chat.
But how many
which-
subs do you think Dr. Disrespect has?
Oh, man, the last time I looked, probably around 20,000.
So even if you're in that subs only chat, what are the chances that you paying him $5, he's going to see what you put on the chat? Not necessarily the donation, but on the chat. You know what I mean?
I mean, the chance is there, but I mean, I think if you're in there enough and you understand, you're in a giant chat room. A lot of time, you're just kind of in there to hype.
Mm-hmm.
You're just kind of doing it to entertain yourself or entertain some of the other people that are in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You're interacting with more the community that you're in, watching the doc rather than the doc himself. If you really want him to see it, you gotta spend the $5 to donate to a billionaire, whatever. But if you're worried about the chat and him seeing your messages, you're probably it's like a meet and greet for a celebrity. You're gonna have to probably pay a little bit extra to get to the front of the line.
And it makes sense. That makes sense. Now I'm gonna pose this question, and I'll give my response first, my thoughts on it first, and then I want to hear both of your guys' thoughts. Is there anything wrong with subbing or donating to streamers, Twitch, YouTube, or Mixer? My take on it is that it doesn't matter. I feel that if you feel like you want to donate, and I'm not going to say every streamer or every content creator, because there are some streamers that literally don't do anything and ask for donations. But I personally feel like it shouldn't be judged, because if you like the content that someone does, you want to pay for it. You want to support them, not just with the view, but maybe pay a little bit more. I watch PewDiePie, and I have several pieces of his merch. Do I need to buy them? No. I mean, I don't. But I do it, one, because I like to support him. Two, I like the stuff that he does. Three, it doesn't hurt me at all to buy it. I get something out of it, not just the video content, but the merch. And like I said, I sub to Moist Critical on Twitch. It's a free sub. Why not support him that way? It gives him a little bit of money his way. I don't care about streamers only chat. I don't care about the emotes, nothing like that. It just feels good to support someone that I actually enjoy watching. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
For me, I'm kind of the guy who wants something, but like I don't see service. I can't. I don't know, like like donation or giving just money away without a service, and I don't see like the content as a service. I see the merch line as a service, like something I'm getting back, but also supporting. Like he doesn't have to make shirts. I'm sure PewDiePie doesn't have to make shirts. A lot of it's just a meme kind of, and you kind of just, hey, you know what? I'm getting a shirt and I'm supporting him. I guess it's a win-win, right?
Okay.
I get merch or some, a Doc Shaker cup, and he gets some cash, and I also get something to drink my protein shakes or something with. So, but as far as like, these guys aren't, in my opinion, it's not like Benihana's, or you're not getting a tip, to, I don't know. I feel like it's not the same.
You feel like
But
buying merch and subbing, just giving money away, are two different things.
I mean, at the end of the day, if you have the money, whatever. I might not agree with it. I might have my own personal take, especially with the whole like, what is it? Only chat.
Oh, the
and
the OnlyFans. Is
the
that
fans
what
only,
the
whatever.
OnlyFans? Yeah, yeah.
Are we getting
Uh,
into simp territory here?
Oh, we're gonna get into sim territory, but that's at the end. I want to save that towards the end, like at the end of this
Okay.
whole topic. Trust me, it's good. Alex, let me foreshadow this, and then we'll get to it. All right.
I mean, this is just for me personally.
No, yeah, you make 100% sense, and there's nothing wrong with that mentality. I think if you feel like you shouldn't be or don't want to donate because there's not necessarily something that you give back, fine, because at least you're providing viewership to the creator that you're watching. You don't need to donate to PewDiePie just because you watched him, but you do talk about him and you do provide viewership, which is more than enough because you knowing him and talking about him provides the advertisement necessary to spread around his content. And I feel
Right.
like that should be payment enough. So no, that's good. And I mean, you're not judging people that do it. It doesn't personally, like I said, it doesn't matter to me, and it shouldn't matter to anyone if you have the extra money to spend maybe $5 or $10 on someone that you actually enjoy watching. Alex, do you have a take on it?
I feel like I'm being personally attacked right now. Just want to say that.
How are we personally attacking you?
No.
Who'd you donate to? Sim?
You know who I donate to?
I know. But
Alinity. No, I'm just kidding.
oh no! Oh.
No. I do agree with Matt. If you have the money, sure. If you want to, like I said before, make your way to the front of the line and get in front of these people that will probably not remember that you exist. That's fine. You can do that if you have the money and that's what you want to spend it on. Um, uh, I'm of a slightly different mindset though. Like I do like to support people that are creating content that I enjoy.
Mhm.
Um, I've been recently watching smaller streamers, like not so much people, like Shroud Ninja, Doc, Tim the Tatman, all those dudes. I've been watching people on the lower end, and I've noticed that they don't run ads, even though they're all affiliates at the very least, or even partners. A lot of them don't run ads, so they, as their livelihood, they
Mhm.
rely strictly on donations or subs, which is really what they push. It seems.
Mhm.
And so I throw my Prime subscription their way,
Uh-huh.
or I'll make a wager with them in the chat or something. Be like, hey, if you clutch this 4v1, I'll donate a sub,
Okay.
something
Okay.
like that. I'll engage with them. I'll make them work for it. But like I do not mind supporting somebody who's providing entertaining content.
If you have the money to spend,
If
essentially.
you have the money to spend. If you don't, then don't. But and I am also in no way obligated to support your lifestyle, but I do appreciate what you do and I appreciate the effort you put into the stream.
Gotcha.
So I'll support you for taking this seriously.
Okay. Now the big question that I want to pose to you guys: content creators / streamers that excessively push donations and subscriptions. What are your thoughts on
I think you suck.
them?
Well, no, it's like they're salesmen.
Uh-huh.
They're just door to door salesmen saying, "Hey, please support my lifestyle." Like they might as well be on Instagram, promoting their supplement line or something like that. Like
Mhm.
it. If we wanted, there's a reason that anybody who's big doesn't ask.
Mhm.
Like if somebody wants to give you their money, they will. If
Okay.
they want to support you, they'll do it. If
Now,
they like your product, they'll go to the store and buy it. Like you don't need to run ads.
okay. So, I shared this before we started. I shared this like 2 days ago. The whole controversy now with a newer one, InvaderVie. So the reason why I asked this question. So for the listeners that aren't aware, there is a Twitch streamer, new YouTube, because I kind of, for research purposes, I swear, because I know you're gonna say something, Alex.
Oh, for research,
For research purposes, I looked up this Twitch streamer. She goes by the name InvaderVie, VIE, who recently went on live, I think like a week ago, and started calling out her chat saying, what's $5, what's $10 to sub. It means nothing. You should have that money anyways. If you can't afford a sub, it basically means that you don't know how to manage your money well, because $5 is $5. And she called out a a chat user who basically said, "Oh, if I had the money because I didn't have to spend it on food and utilities and rent this month, I would totally support you." And she goes, "It's $5. It's $5. Come on." That I fucking hate with a passion. I hate people like that. It's so annoying. Like, dude, I get it. It's money that comes your way, but at the same time, you're not gonna grow and have thousands of dollars from donations just because you turn the webcam on. That's not how that works.
You'd be surprised.
Some people, some of the work that's out there, yeah, of course, and within a night, you're already making $1,000. But if you're trying to legitimately be a good streamer or be a good content creator, you're not going to turn the webcam on and expect $1 million to roll down your window. That's not what happens. Did you guys see the video at all?
Yeah, I saw it.
And what did you guys think of it?
So the way I see it is like, and this has happened a lot. This is not something new, right? You're not entitled to just someone's dollar, you know. It has to be earned. Like I was saying to some friends, like if you're juggling on the street and I walk by and observe you for like 10, 20 minutes, Venice Beach or whatever, I'm not obligated to give you my money. That's not how that works. If I feel that you've done something to earn my money, I might, throw a generous offer. But and the whole thing that it's $5 too, like you should be lucky you even have the people are even watching you in pajamas. Like it's no one has to support or subscribe to your lifestyle. This is the choice you decided to make. It's not like a job where I have to wake up and do like a 6 to 6, put on my work clothes and go in and clock in, and HR. That's not the lifestyle they're living. They're consciously made this decision to go, I am going to go on a free platform that allows me to do whatever I want, and hopefully I grow a following and they give me money.
Mm-hmm.
So people that think that they're just entitled to money just simply from being observed, good luck.
But it's $5, Matt. It's just $5.
If it's just $5, then it shouldn't really mean anything to you.
Exactly. I mean, that's the same thought process that I share. It's $5. What's $5 to you if you're calling it out to someone else?
Hey, spoilers.
Uh-huh.
The streamers only get half of that, so it's $250.
Don't they? I thought they get a little more.
I think once you reach a certain level,
Uh-huh.
I think once you're a partner, I think you get 60 or 75%, but I think affiliates only get 50%. I don't know. I'm never going to get there anyway.
Have some faith in yourself, man.
But I see, okay, before you open fire, I see where the person is coming from.
Uh-huh.
Because I think the whole thing started probably like people running ad blockers, right?
Mm-hmm.
You use an ad blocker on Chrome, which most people, or I'm going to say a lot of people do. You get by all the ads on YouTube, you get by all the ads on Twitch. But for people on Twitch, that's how they make some of their money, is the ad revenue. I mean, we've talked about that already.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody comes into your stream, they skip the ads, they don't donate, they don't sub or follow or anything like that. They just sit there and consume your content. I could understand if you're a little dumb, you think they're freeloading, but at the same time, they're not stealing from you anyway.
Wait, does ad blocker work on Twitch?
I'm pretty sure. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure it does.
So if I were to go on Dr. Disrespect's stream with ad blocker using a Chrome browser, does it not let me watch it or something, or is it just
No,
gonna
no, no.
skip over?
You'll just go straight to the video. You'll just go straight to the stream.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that. I didn't
Yeah.
know that. Okay.
And so he won't get the ad revenue for your view, your freeloading view, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you're gonna do after this.
That's how I'm gonna watch it now.
So I mean, I kind of get it. Like if you don't really think about it, it makes sense.
Mhm.
But at the same token that Matt said, like you're not entitled to my money, especially when you're just sitting there yelling at me.
Well,
in your pajamas, like you're some kind of content. You can't see it right now, but I'm air quoting content creator that is entitled to my $5. And
Okay.
by that logic, at the same time, how many other streamers do I watch? Are they all entitled to my $5 sub?
Exactly. I
I
mean, are you
follow
gonna
30 different people, and I don't sub to every single one.
30 different people, $5 subs to every single one? You're gonna be
It's
spending
$300
about
a month, man.
150, buddy.
I don't do math.
It's 150.
Quick math.
Well, we're gonna do a little.
Listen,
All right,
man,
hang on.
I've been drinking tequila. Okay.
And that inhibits your ability to do proper math. Okay, let's do a little bit more math because I just looked her up right now, InvaderVie. She currently has 148 followers. Okay, let's say that
Yikes.
148
Only 148.
only 148,000. Oh no, excuse me, 148,000.
Okay.
148,000. Okay, 148,000 followers. Let's say that 20,000 people of hers subs to her at $5 a piece. 20,000. She's making bank then.
Yeah.
So then what's the complaint to even ask for more? And that's the stuff that doesn't click with me. It's like if you're already making that much money off of subscriptions, even assuming 20,000. Okay, let's even go lower. Let's say maybe 5,000 people sub, right? At $5, that's 25,000. And if Twitch keeps 50%, which is a really high number, I think it's less than that, but if Twitch keeps like 50% of that, we're talking about them keeping anywhere between $10,000 to $12,000.
And that's monthly.
That's monthly. That's 5 times more than I make a month. Like, are you kidding me? How are these people still complaining about $5? They don't, and like Alex said, they really don't do much besides just talk and play video games. It's a choice and lifestyle that they choose to make, and they're fortunate enough to make money out of it. So yeah, it may be just $5 to her, and it may just be $5 that she's asking from people, but it's $5 out of the buttload of money that she might be making, and we might be assuming incorrectly, and she's only making half of the 10,000. Maybe she's making 5,000, but at least it's something that's allowing her to stream and do what she wants to do as a living. Did you guys see the apology video at all?
Oh, she had an apology video.
She had an apology video, and
I gotta watch that.
okay, so I'll find it afterwards and I'll show it to you. But to summarize this whole thing, essentially, I thought it was gonna be longer. It's a 1-minute clip. It's a 1-minute clip where she's sitting in her same little comfy little pillow, and she is legitimately reading off a script where she says that these are opinions that she does not full-heartedly consider, that she wants to apologize, and she doesn't want to make the same mistake again. To me,
Yeah, because it cost her 15,000 followers.
it costs her a lot.
Wait a
People
minute.
still sub. People still sub to her.
Well, that's the other
If
reason
anything,
I
they
didn't
probably
bother
subbed
following that link, is because it's like I'm not going to give her my ad revenue.
I'm not gonna give her a watch. I literally clicked on the link. I looked her up this morning because she said that she was gonna start streaming at like 12 Eastern time, which was 9. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll tune in. At 9:30, I'm like, yeah, she's still apologizing. There's no way she's going to like stop apologizing after 30 minutes. Freaking dumbass was playing Legend of Zelda already. I'm like, what the heck? I thought the apology was going to be longer than that, and then she has the stream already on Streamlabs. What is it called? The Nightbot or whatever it's called?
Mm-hmm.
She had it consecutively putting it on there. It's like, to watch her apology video, click this link, and it took you to one of the clips. And it was
again,
not
that's
wrong.
just traction. That's just instant traction right there.
And it makes me think, I'm like, are these people doing it because it brings in more viewership? Like, did I get clickbaited into giving her a view?
Probably. Does she have a YouTube?
Bait.
She does, but the YouTube
Oh.
channel is I think her YouTube is like.
Don't say it on here. We don't. We
No,
don't
I'm
need
not
to
gonna
plug her.
advertise that crap. But I think during my research time,
Yeah.
she had like 5 videos. I think she just started her YouTube channel. So-
Streamers making YouTube channels is always cracks me up too, because they're never good.
They are.
Really, I
mean,
feel like vice versa. Like YouTubers making Twitches are not as good either.
Well,
oth-
that kind of brings us back to what we were originally talking about. It's like a different kind of creative. It's a different kind of person that thrives on both, which is, I mean, we want to talk about Doc some more, you know. Let's be honest, he doesn't edit his own videos,
no, he pays people.
but
for it.
he's got a great presence on both platforms. I mean, that's the only reason I found him in the first place.
It's because his character works well on both platforms.
Absolutely.
Live, yeah, he's got a character and he's got a face for both platforms. You said it yourself at the beginning of the podcast. You said, "Oh, well, the guy, his videos are edited really well. That has like a definite style." You're gonna keep watching his videos because they're montages of his clips on Twitch, but they're not just plastered on there like Shroud does with his YouTube videos. So it works. It works. It works both ways. But there is definite, there's a definite split between the two. YouTubers going into streaming tend to suffer because they now have to act realistic. And when streamers go to YouTube, now they have to hire an editor if they can't edit, or they have to find their own editing ways, and then it's maintaining the same way to edit. Because Dr. Disrespect is full on 80s action movie. What if Dr. Disrespect all of a sudden went full 90s hip hop? You know?
I would love to see that, actually.
Yeah, I need you to clip this part of the
Mama
podcast,
said, knock
send it
you
his way.
out.
All right, so I do want to talk about one more thing regarding streamers and streaming in general, but the content that sells streaming wise. We mentioned this already, where you have Twitch that tries to primarily be a gaming streaming service. If you want to watch the latest game that came out, you can go on Twitch. It happened with games like Apex Legends. Fortnite is still the king there. What was the other one? That was a big popular one besides Apex and Fortnite. Oh, Warzone. Warzone was another one.
Well, I mean, what's that new game from Riot? Valorant? That's been kicking everybody's ass lately.
Exactly. So, you have that. Now, when we look at the actual tables on Twitch, like what is selling? What's the big thing that's being advertised on there? We see these games on there, but all 3 of us know that there's other content on Twitch that sells. What kind of content do you guys believe is the biggest seller on Twitch right now?
It still have to be gameplay.
It doesn't. I mean, we look at it, and I mean, what's the content that's on Twitch besides games? We have just chatting. We have some people who do vlogs. We have people that do lewd content, and that ends up ASMR, mukbangs, things like that, and that's kind of content that gets talked about a lot. Biggest one right now.
But is it selling?
That's the question. Is it actually selling? Because the biggest one right now that most people have a problem with is the lewd content. When we think of Twitch, whenever it's brought up on the media, what's the image that is advertised for Twitch?
Twitch thoughts.
Canceled right now. Episode 3 canceled just for using thoughts as the word.
I'm telling you, dude, post is your savior. Just edit it out with.
Dude, I don't even care. What's
I've ever said throughout the podcast and just throw it right back in.
YouTube's not gonna. It's not. But they know. They know that that's a term that exists out there. It's Twitch thoughts and people that necessarily just advertise lewd stuff to get the viewerships and to get the donations. Now you pose this question, Matt. Does it actually sell? It's a big thing that's actually put out there. Oh well, these streamers that are half dressed and playing games, but the games are on a small screen, they shouldn't be on Twitch. And it's a big controversy, but does that content actually sell?
I think so, because I don't think they'd still be doing it if it didn't.
Oh.
If after a year the girls playing Just Dance, twerking in the background, advertising their premium Snapchats. If they weren't making any money, they still wouldn't be here.
I mean, that's
You know
true.
what I mean?
Compare
Like,
that to something like a popular video game, though. Is that
I,
big of a deal?
but to be
They have their audience. They
exactly.
have, you know, they know who they're trying to attract, and they're doing it.
Is there a problem with that, though?
I think so. I think it's kind of a joke. You got people who can do things, people who, I follow a lot of, like, you'd be surprised, you see skateboarders, people who lift weights, people who do art, people who do something, people who play D&D, um, Critical Role, they're kind of cool, but like, as far as just sitting there and not really offering much, just, being a thought. Like, well, like I don't understand what, not that long ago,
Yeah.
what, like 5 years, maybe 2015 ish, that wasn't allowed. That content was removed um, off the platform, and then you had girls saying like, "Oh well, it's not my fault my boobs are this big," and I get it, if you're playing COD and maybe you just voluptuous, I don't know the word.
No, you know the word. You just don't want to say it.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I know
But
what you mean.
if you go to work or you go to a professional area, like you gotta dress the part.
Yeah.
You have to be appropriate. Same with school,
Yeah.
and this isn't the platform. And it makes it harder for the girls who want to be serious. Like, I follow. There was this one girl who she does Dark Souls speedruns, and she's actually really good.
Hmm.
And she gets a bunch of just bombardment of show feet. We'll sub for nips,
Hmm.
and it's like it's not. It instantly get like she has probably the best mods. I forgot her name. I would plug her in, but um, her mods just get it out, get it all out
Hmm.
pretty quick.
Pretty quickly.
That's someone who's doing something for the platform and kind of growing like within like the gaming community. This
Yeah.
just get it out.
100% agree on you on that because it the way I see it, streamers that just kind of advertise themselves as the body, like, hey, you can watch my streams because my breasts are going to be exposed half the time while I play the latest, greatest video game in this tiny little screen that you're watching. Those people end up ruining it for actual streamers that are putting in some sort of effort and some sort of good work. If I'm going to be 100% honest, I did not have the best opinion of gamer girl streamers. Specifically, one that I've had a massive turnaround for is Pokimane. Um, it ruined it, especially with a lot of these people. Like, I don't want to watch some girl that's just gonna advertise herself, like her persona is like, oh, look at me, I'm so cute, and I'm so, like, look at my body and all this stuff. Like, that's what I thought initially of these people. But then the more I started to look into, her streams and whatnot, there was actual gameplay to it, and there was an actual, like, interest in what she was doing. She wasn't necessarily just being a person selling her body to people on the internet. She was providing good entertainment. There was actual stuff behind it. Not only that, but there's some people, and I'm going to keep mentioning her because one thing that I really loved that she did was that she created um, a scholarship for, I think it was UCI or UC Berkeley, for students that are going into the STEM program and want to be in the esports team in the college. So that's good stuff. But how often do you hear about those things? You don't hear about it that often because it's covered up by these streamers that are just advertising their tits online. And that's what sucks, for me at least personally. You know?
Yeah, I agree with you. Now, again, before you get the firing squad out, okay?
What firing squad? There's
I
no firing
I
squad.
just
The
before
sirens
I
behind
just
me are just
know what's gonna
ambulances.
happen once I start talking. You're gonna want to shoot me, but look,
These
I don't
sirens
like
aren't
it.
for you, Alex. Don't worry about
I know they're for me.
Good for him. Put your hands
You
on your
already,
head.
I'm being swatted right now. Um, I don't like it either.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For the record,
It's
I do
on
not.
it's on the internet now. For the record.
It's being recorded on the YouTubes and
Uh-huh.
Spotify Premium. Um, I don't like it,
Uh-huh.
but I guess there's 2 points that I have that as a kind of counter argument. One is I don't like the content that they provide. I feel like it kind of like I'm dumb and don't know words, but it kind of like muddies the waters of the platform.
Just
Like
speak your heart out, Alex.
shut up. It, it I don't like what it does to the platform itself. I mean, I know it was originally created for gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what it was there for, but it seems like it's not anymore. So I don't like that that's where it seems to be going for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, even though I don't like it, I don't have a better place for those people. There's
Pornhub.
nowhere else for them to go.
Send them to Pornhub.
Straight
They
up.
can live stream there.
Yeah, but
Problem solved.
counter argument. Guys, we did it. We solved the lewd controversy. But
okay. But
insert
okay,
Madagascar penguins.
yes, we did it. We fixed Twitch thoughts.
Um,
But like other than that, right? Like
Mhm.
if then you're almost obligated to show feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have a better place for them to go. So it's you just got to deal with them. And my other thing is what Matt was saying about them like almost taking away views from let's just be honest about what we're kind of talking about here is like female gamers, right? Gamer girls. It's taking away views from people who might deserve it more, who are busting their ass trying to put out like decent content and aren't getting the views. I pose the question, are those the kind of people you want as your audience in the first place?
No.
Like, do you want that simp audience that only cares about your appearance in your
No.
chat, constantly going show feet, like exactly what Matt was saying?
No.
And I don't think you do. So
Yeah.
let them keep their ASMR, let them keep their, Just Dance body paint tutorials. Like, stay over there, stay in your corner, monetize it however you want. Don't bug us who care about games.
Of course.
Stay in your corner.
Now, it's. I'm looking at it from a business perspective because we can all three of us can come in and talk about this and say like, well, there's nowhere for them to go, or we can say, well, now there's OnlyFans, so they can totally go to that one. Well, then they can just go to Pornhub and advertise their stuff there. The excuse is going to be, well, I don't want to do porn. It's going to be softcore stuff. Like, I'm not showing nips and stuff like that. There's always these different things, and you are right. They have nowhere else to go, so they're going to stay where they're going to stay. The issue that I have is that I wish that businesses, and it's never going to happen. I mean, I get it. I'm going to say this, and I understand it's never going to happen. I wish that businesses were more upfront about this sort of stuff and explain as to why they don't do anything about it. Because Twitch has never been one to essentially say, we're going to kick these thoughts out. We don't want them here. They want them
because they like money.
They like money. It brings in that revenue because they have that. The way I see it, honestly, they're a necessary evil. Twitch wants to keep them. That's fine. They're not going to get my viewership. They're not going to get my money. If I'm going to see a clip of some stupid bitch that basically said it's only $5, great. I'm going to watch that on Twitter. I'm not going to watch that on Twitch, and she's definitely not going to get a sub or a view from me at all. But, they're not going to have a consistent audience because how long is this going to last? It's not going to be a long-term thing. People like Dr. Disrespect, who's been streaming on the platform for years, has the loyal audience and the consistency and has seen the growth over time. The dude can literally pull off advertisements for the stuff that he promotes and make them like AAA films. Like, that's how much money he's making. You have Pokimane that's actually creating scholarships now. You have Maximilian Dude, a top tier streamer that does fighting games. He works for different companies, different developing companies, and creating advertisements and playing the games and promoting them and going to fighting tournaments. This is a lifestyle that it's consistent. But how long can you say showing cleavage on stream? How long is that going to last you? A year, 2, 3? What are you going to do afterwards? You know, you can't go to a company afterwards and be like, "Oh, what was your greatest achievement when it came to work?" Yeah, I showed my tits.
Let's see your resume, and then you pull up your OnlyFans page. Sorry, you can't unless you sub for $50 a month.
You can't see anything. It's $20. It's $150 for 3 months. You know, what can you
know
do?
the deal, guys. Come on. Yeah, man.
All right, so
No, and I think that's I agree, dude. I don't know where they're gonna go. I don't know what the long term plan is.
Clean
and
them up.
honestly, it's
I'd
not
say
my
clean
problem.
them up. Clean them up a bit.
How?
Regulate them. Start enforcing, and if they don't comply, then they can go somewhere else. They'll have a muted vlog or backlog that will be able to be seen. I don't know. You got to do something. It's
You know what, Matt? I agree with you, but let me tell you why that's never going to happen. Because they have a specific guideline. They have a dedicated terms of service guideline for breastfeeding. On Twitch, they have the rules look it up, dude.
I know, I've seen it.
Regarding
I've seen it. But you're in the comfort of your home, dude. It's not like
you can hit pause and walk away. What are you doing?
You can say, "I'll be right back."
I don't get it, man.
Like,
because Amazon likes money. This has been a problem since Amazon bought Twitch in like 2014.
Yeah.
That's when all this started. It's because they don't care. They just like the money. Wherever the subs come from, where the donos come from. Actually, I don't think they get donation money.
Regardless.
Where the subs come from, the ad revenue.
Oh, man.
What would it be without it?
I mean, it's already like an hour into the podcast and we've been drinking this whole time.
You know what's coming next. If
this is
Matt
what we have to deal with.
You know I get to do mine.
Oh my god. No. All right. To wrap up this whole point, though, because we do have to close up the podcast pretty soon. I don't think businesses care. Honestly, the whole excuse like, "Oh, Amazon doesn't care. They just care more about money." No, that's bullshit. Are you kidding me? Are you really kidding me? Amazon cares? Yeah, Amazon cares about money. But regardless of it being bought by Amazon, Twitch is still its own thing. They have people that moderate and that set the rules. They're not going to do it because it's money their way. Even if you try to clean up their act and say like, "Hey, you know what? If you're going to show tits, you got to cover up to a certain point and not expose them that much." They're not going to do it because these people bring in money for them. Honestly, all we can do as people that watch the platform, and support our streamers that we watch consistently, promote them. Get the word out there. You watch Dr. Disrespect, great, promote him. I watch Moist Critical, I'll promote him. I don't know what Matt watches, but promote them, except if they're Twitch thoughts, because I don't know what you watch, Matt, but you get the point. Like, you got to promote them and not promote the other people. If you're going to promote them, take the clips off of Twitch, put them on Twitter, and expose them there. There's always going to be people that are going to be exposing them anyways, right? So, I mean, what else can you do? Am I the only one with this mindset?
No, exactly. It's just, you can't really show them with your wallet, right? But, show them with your view.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think we've exhausted the whole streamer content creator thing. So we're going to wrap this episode up. I'd like to thank you, Matt and Alex, for joining me on the stream. Cheers one last time before we chug our... before we cheers for one last time. Matt and Alex, do you guys have anything to plug in that you guys want to let the listeners know? We'll start with Matt or out, whoever.
Yeah, Alex, go ahead. Your name starts with A, so.
What a gentleman.
Yeah, you just know it's because I'm the best.
All right.
You
plug
can,
it in.
if you want to check out some of my awful streams or even worse YouTube videos, you can go ahead and check out my they're both the same name. It's Mr. Chef 177. YouTube, Twitch. That's it.
Matt, did he die?
My turn?
Yeah.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
All right, guys, what's up? We're ending the stream. It's your boy, Sir Siege a lot. Yeah, just plug it in. And for epic feet pics and streams, go follow there.
Did you just try to cut a promo on his podcast?
You want to read
wanna
yours
try that
again?
again?
You want to try your promo again,
Should I
Alex?
do it again? Should I do it
I'm not cutting anything off. This is staying all in the podcast, dude. This is staying directly in there. I warned you guys. This is
We do
Maybe
live.
I'll start
We do it live.
Lewd's fans only.
I would absolutely sub to your Patreon.
Would you?
Platinum tier.
Did you see me open a banana?
Oh God, please. Okay, I'm gonna end the episode right here.
End it
Thank you, listeners, so much for tuning into this episode of Drinking Matters. I'll go ahead and plug in their YouTube, socials, anything down in the description below. Spotify, if you are listening into this, go ahead and follow my YouTube channel. Description and all their information will be in the description as well. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening on this episode of Drinking Matters. I've been Brian. My special guests, Alex, Matt, cheers. Thank you much for joining me on this episode. Cheers one last time. And we will be seeing you guys in the next episode.
Yeet.